Okay, dear friends, welcome to this class. So, already in last chapter, you have learned about how these fibers, natural fibers like even wool and silk, obtained from that even goat and even silkworm, and you learned that the life cycle of this silkworm and the rearing of that silkworm that we call it as sericulture, and how these fabrics are manufactured and what steps which are involved in the process of that manufacturing of that cloths. So already we have learned detail in that chapter. So let's students, now we are going to get entry into the next chapter that is related to physics, that is heat. What it is? Heat. I think it is a general topic as you think, but remember it's commonly used word in our day-to-day life, heat. But in this lesson, you will go to learn about what exactly the heat means according to our science. Yes, sir? Okay. So commonly we are using this word heat in our day-to-day life. Heat. But in this lesson, you will go to learn about the meaning according to our circumstances of your sciences. What exactly the heat means. And another word is there along with this heat we are using another word that is temperature. What it is? Temperature. So both are seems to be same from outer side. But when you know the differences between the heat and temperature, small difference is there. So what is that difference, sir? Let us see in this chapter. And also the main methods of transformation of heat are there. How this heat is transferred, understand? So mainly three methods are there: conduction method, convection method is there, radiation method is there. So heat is transferred from one object to another object in these three methods: conduction, convection and radiation. And how this heat is measured and how the temperature is measured. So this is all about what includes this chapter, heat. Understand? So let's see students what exactly the heat means. Understand? Let's see. Heat. See, before going to know this heat definition, try to do one activity in your room if you are free. Take a two small stones. Take a two small stones. Okay? See. Okay? Take two small stones and rub them each other up to 4 to 5 minutes. Then stop it and touch the surface of the both stones. How do you feel? They become very hot. Yes or no? Yes. How sir? How this heat? How this heat is generated in the stones? That is my question. Yes sir? Let it. Take your palms, rub it well. Yes or no? Heat is generated. So this is because the heat from our body that is transferred to our palms when you rub them. Understand? You see, they are not given in your textbook what exactly the heat means. I will tell. Okay, listen carefully. In general, we say heat is a form of energy. Heat is a form of energy. ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಶಾಖ ಏನಿದೆ ಹೀಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಶಾಖ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀರಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಸರು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಉಷ್ಣ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಉಷ್ಣ ಅಥವಾ ಈ ಶಾಖವನ್ನ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಶಕ್ತಿಯ ಒಂದು ರೂಪ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಹೀಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಜನರಲ್ ಡೆಫಿನಿಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಕಾಲ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ, it must can do work. It must can do work. Then we can call it as a form of energy. Then question is that, sir, what it does, sir? Heat. Does it make any work, any activity? If you want to call it as a form of energy, is it can do any work? Yes, it can do work. It can do work. How sir? How can we identify it? How can we recognize it? Do the small activity. Take a water in a bowl and put it in a gas stove and heat it well. Understand? Put a lid on that bowl. Okay. So when water start to boil, whatever put the lid on the bowl, it started to vibrate. The lid started to vibrate. So that vibration of lid, it is caused by the heat. It is caused by heat. Though the vibration is a work, so that is work done is by heat. Hence we say heat is form of energy. Heat is form of energy. Commonly you are using heat for cooking the food. Yes or no? So the cooking is work. That work is done by heat. Heat is necessary for that cooking food. Yes or no? It can also do work. Hence we say heat is a form of energy. Yes or no? Yes. Then how can we produce the heat, sir? What are the main sources of heat? By burning fuel. When you burn the fuel, we can generate heat. Yes, sir. So naturally we get the heat. From where? From sun. From sun we get a natural heat. See, sun, he is a star, basically star. He doesn't give only light. He gives also heat. So we are getting two form of energy from sun. One is light energy and the other one is heat energy. Clear students? Sun, it does not give only light. He also gives us heat also. So totally we get two forms of energy from sun. One is light energy and the other one is heat energy. So naturally we get heat from the sun. Okay. So that is sunlight. That is a natural disinfectant. It can cure some disease, several diseases. So sunlight is very necessary. Okay. So and also we get vitamin D from that sunlight. Again, biologically, if you think that even from sunlight we get a vitamin D, so that even cures the disease caused by the vitamin deficiency, that is rickets. Vitamin D deficiency causes the rickets disease in our human beings, especially children. Understand? So even that sunlight contains a natural vitamin, that is D, vitamin D. Okay. Let it come to the point. What exactly the heat means? Already I told one activity. Take two stones and rub it them each other. The stones become heat. Question is that, so how this heat is generated in that stones? Remember thing, stone is a matter. Stone is a matter. And matter is made up of small particles. Yes, sir. Matter is made up of particles, tiny particles. Understand? So, every particle has its energy. So, when you make to move the particle, when you make to move that particle, the particles get kinetic energy. They get kinetic energy. Whether the substance or any particle, it is in a native state. It is in a native state that has a potential energy. But when you make to move them, they possess kinetic energy. They possess kinetic energy. So when you rub the two stones each other, the particles present in that matter that started to move. While moving, they possess a kinetic energy. So that total kinetic energy of all particles present in that matter, we call it is heat. We call it is heat. Understand, students? This is the actual definition of heat. The total kinetic energy of all particles present in that matter, that is said to be heat. But in your textbook they are given only heat is form of energy. That's no only, okay. Let it. Heat is a form of energy. That is the general definition. Actual heat means it is a total kinetic energy. Kinetic ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಚಲನ ಶಕ್ತಿ. ಒಂದು ದ್ರವ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತುವಿನಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಣುಗಳ ಚಲನ ಶಕ್ತಿಯ ಒಟ್ಟು ಮೊತ್ತವನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಶಾಖ ಅಥವಾ ಉಷ್ಣ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? ಓಕೆ. So the total kinetic energy of all particles present in a matter, that we call it is a heat. But generally we say heat is Heat is form of energy. Heat is form of energy. Okay. Then see. Heat. It is commonly measured in joule. The SI unit. The SI unit of heat is joule. Joule, joule. It is shortly written as only capital J. The SI unit of heat is joule, and heat means it is a form of energy. Commonly, heat is measured in joule. See, joule is called a SI unit. SI means System International Unit. Wherever you can go in any world, anywhere in this world, the heat is measured in joule. Understand? Totally. Heat is because heat is a form of energy. Heat is a form of energy, hence it is measured in joule. Understand? So, the SI unit, SI means System International Unit of Heat is joule. Clear or no, students? Okay. Even already I think you might feel in summer season and in cold season. In summer season, you feel very hot in outside and you feel very cold in your houses. Opposite of that in winter season, yes sir, you feel very cold in outside, you feel very hot in your houses. I think you are experienced this heat in your daily life in the different seasons also. Yes sir. And in a winter season, to maintain our body temperature, heat, we are wearing what? Sweaters. We are wearing sweaters. In case of summer season, we are going to wear what? Cotton cloths. Yes, sir. So seasonally, we are wearing different kinds of cloths to maintain our body temperature and heat. Let it. So heat, according to your chapter, heat. What? Heat is a form of energy, and heat is measured in joule, and joule is called SI unit of heat. That's all. Then the second term is there, that is temperature. Temperature. Understand, sir? So what do you mean by this temperature, sir? What do you mean by this temperature? See, if you are going to heat the water for your bath, how can you check the water by putting your finger or hand in it? Yes, sir. By putting finger or hand, you can just say the water is heated or not. Yes, sir. Yes, you are saying water is heated or not only. But you can't check the particular heat, how much heat is there in that water. Yes, sir. You can't say it. So to measure that heat, we use this temperature. So temperature means it is a measurement of heat. Temperature means measurement of heat. So temperature that measures the heat. Clear or not? Hence we say temperature means it's a degree. It's a degree of hotness or coldness. Degree of hotness or coldness of a body. Degree of hotness or coldness of body, that is called temperature. Understand? So temperature that measures the heat. So temperature is a part of that heat. Understand? The total kinetic energy of all particles present in the matter is called heat. That is total kinetic energy. But temperature means it is an average kinetic energy. It is an average kinetic energy of that matter is called temperature. In generally, we say according to your textbook, degree of hotness or coldness of a body. Degree of hotness or coldness of a body, that is called temperature. ಇದು ಉಷ್ಣತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಉಷ್ಣ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ, ಶಾಖ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂತ ಅಳಿತೇವಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಅಳಿಯುವ ಮಟ್ಟ, ಶಾಖದ ಅಳತೆಯ ಮಟ್ಟವನ್ನ ಉಷ್ಣತೆ ಅಂತನ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. English ಅಲ್ಲಿ temperature, we call it as a temperature. Sir, how it is measures the temperature? It needs a device. It needs a device, that is Thermometer. What it is? Thermometer. Thermometer is a device. Thermometer is a device which is used to measure the temperature. It is a device which used to measure temperature. It is a device which is used to measure a temperature of a substance or body. Understand, students? Thermometer is a device which is used to measure temperature of a body or substances. Clear or not? Okay. So to measure temperature, we need what? A device that is called thermometer. I will do one homework for you. What is that, sir? Try to find who discovered this thermometer. Who discovered thermometer? This is a homework for you. Understand? Try to find the answer. Who discovered the thermometer? Okay? Let's. So normally, I think you might see these thermometers. Normally, you might see these thermometers in your hospitals. When you had a fever, when you are going to visit a physician or doctors, what they do, sir? They check your body temperature by using a device that is thermometer. Understand? Thermometer. But in nowadays, digital thermometers are used. In nowadays, doctors they are using what? Digital thermometer. They shows the temperature in digits. But in olden days, see that thermometer is made of glass. It is made of glass like this. Understand? So that has a capillary inside it. Here temperature measures are there. Here temperature measures are there. So here metal cap is there. This is a metal cap. This is a bulb. This is what? Bulb. And this is what? Capillary. Picture is given in our text. See that. Okay. In older days, doctors were use this thermometer which is made of glass. And to show the measurement scale in thermometer, they use what? Mercury. They use mercury. See students, mercury is a liquid metal. One is, it is liquid metal. So here it is thermometer. Mercury, which is a liquid metal. Normally metals are solid, they are solid and they are hard. But one exception is the mercury, that is a liquid state at room temperature. So that mercury, it is used in a thermometer to show the temperature level. Understand? So this is called, what the doctors use the thermometers to check the temperature of human body. So that is called clinical thermometer. That is called clinical thermometer. So clinical thermometer is used to check the temperature of human body. And another thermometer is there, that is called lab thermometer. What is lab thermometer? There are basically two kinds of thermometers are there. One is clinical thermometer, second one is lab thermometer. So lab thermometer, where it is used in a laboratory to check the room temperature. To check the room temperature and different substances. It is used in a laboratory, hence it is called lab thermometer. So this clinical thermometer is designed based on the normal, so minimum and maximum temperature of human body. So, see students, this temperature, it is measured generally in three scales. It is measured generally in three scales. One is degree Celsius, another one is degree Fahrenheit, and third one is degree Kelvin. So there are generally three measuring scales are there. Degree Celsius scale, degree Fahrenheit scale, degree Kelvin scale. Among all these three scales, Kelvin scale is called as the SI unit. Understand? So SI unit of this temperature is Kelvin. Understand? Because in international level, temperature is measured in a Kelvin. But normally in our day-to-day life, we are using these two scales, Celsius scale and Fahrenheit scale. Even also doctor says your body temperature in terms of Fahrenheit scale, either a degree Celsius scale. Remember, temperature commonly is measured in three units or three scales: degree Celsius scale, Fahrenheit scale, and Kelvin scale. So among these three, Kelvin is called SI unit of temperature. The SI unit of temperature is degree Kelvin. Okay dear students, we will learn more about these temperature scales and conversion of this temperature from degree Celsius to Fahrenheit and Fahrenheit to Celsius in a next classes. Okay. So what I give over for you, try to find who discovered this thermometer. Okay. Get the answer and say me. Okay. So we will meet you again in next class with the conversion of these temperature scales. Okay. Thank you for watching this class.